this is Mitch from Castro Valley Fitness. How you doing? Today I want to talk about lifting. One thing that I see a lot of people having trouble with, particularly when they're beginners or even to their intermediate stages to a certain extent, is kind of overthinking things. Okay, and what I want to talk about today is a way to kind of organize your thoughts so that you can really concentrate on the things you need to concentrate on during your lift. So what I want to talk about is a concept in your setup. The setup is crucial here. You cannot really lift effectively if your setup is not really a good setup. So I want to talk about your checklist. Okay, so what your checklist is a way that you set up where you're setting up the same way every single time you are lifting a bar. So, you know, whether that's an empty bar like this or 1,000,000 pounds on the bar and everywhere in between, you're setting up the same way. So what I like to do, and a lot more advanced lifters like to do as well, is we go over a checklist. So when you're setting up, you're doing it the same way every time. You are literally starting from your feet, where are your feet, where are your hips, where are your back. You're thinking about every single thing in order, all the way up the chain, or if you prefer, all the way down the chain. Everyone's checklist is different, and you have to find the way that works for you. But the key is that you do it in a specific order, the same way, every single time you lift the bar. Whether it's nothing on the bar or a PR attempt. What this is going to do is it's going to guarantee your body is used to how you are lifting. It's used to the habit of getting under that bar and performing the same way every time. When the bar gets heavy and you get into that, real close to your PR zone, it's almost impossible. In fact, it really is impossible to kind of go over all these things when that bar comes out of the rack and things are heavy. So you're putting yourself in a really good position, in a much better position for your body to react the way you have trained it to react, the way you want it to react, because you're setting up the same way every time and the body just knows what it needs to do. Okay? So again, the keys here are to do it in order, whether it's feet to head or the other way, head to toe. But do it the same way, the same order, the same cues, the same things you're looking for every single time you do a lift, whether that's, and this applies to all lifts, squat, bench press, deadlift, whatever. Do it the same way every time, okay? After that, this is where people start to really overthink things, is when that bar comes out of the rack. Okay, so once you are set up and you're exactly the way you want to be, when that bar comes out of the rack, again, as the weight gets heavy, it becomes impossible to think about these things any longer. You have time and you have the ability to now think of one thing, the one thing that you need to think about to put everything in perspective, to put everything in the best possible spot for your body to react the way you want it to. And again, this is different for everyone. Whatever your weakness is on a particular lift is what you want to think about. So for example, on a squat, I think about my right knee. Okay? When I'm squatting, I want to make sure my right knee is stable and pushed out. When on my bench press, I'm thinking about my right shoulder blade. I want to make sure my right shoulder blade is tucked on that bench. That's all I think about, because I've set everything up and I have to trust that my body is going to remember what to do, because I've set the same way up every single time for as long as I can remember. My body is used to it. It knows what it wants to do. Remember, overthinking a lift is it's really bad for your lifting. You're not going to be aggressive. You're going to be second guessing yourself all the time. You're not going to be able to really, when that weight comes off the bar, you're not going to be able to organize your thoughts the same way you're used to when you're just doing it very light. So you're just not going to be able to do much with it. So these are crucial things if you really want to advance in your lifting. And if you need any help kind of figuring out what your checklist should be and what your one thing should be, let me know. I'll help you walk you through it, because it's different for everyone, but the importance of it is the same for everyone. So have a great day, and let me know what you think.